is what is it? We called it closely meaning. Yeah, closely meaning. We can highlight from a synonym. So next, vice versa is antonymy. Yeah, antonymy here. Two forms with opposite meaning are called antonymy. So here, the vice versa of a synonymy. Yeah, and also I think all of you already know about this. And this is the example: alive, that, big, small, fast, slow, happy, and sad. Happy said, there are two types of antonymy, yeah, a gradable and non-gradable. Yeah, gradable antonymy refers to contrary adjective, something like big, small, while non-gradable antonymy refers those words that don't allow comparison. Jadi memang yang tidak bisa diperbandingkan gitu. However, they have a complementary word. Jadi memang untuk yang bisa dibandingkan itu kita kategorikan untuk gradable antonymy, and vice versa. Jika tidak bisa dibandingkan itu kita kategorikan untuk non-gradable antonymy. Ya. For example, untuk gradable is big, small, for example, tall, short, and etc. And then non-gradable we can see here live, that, and reverse sideways. Jadi kebalikannya ya untuk antonymy itu kebalikan dari synonymy. Okay, next, hyponymy. When the meaning of one form is included in the meaning of another, the relationship is described as hyponymy. Ini mungkin lebih ke part of-nya ya. Jadi, for example here, animal dog. Jadi dog part of animal. Jadi dog itu adalah bagian dari animal, gitu kan? Kemudian dog puddle. Di sini ada puddle of dog. Vegetable ada carrot. Carrot part of vegetable. Flower, dan juga ada rose. Rose di sini part of flower. Jadi untuk hyponymy ini dia mungkin ya bagian di bawahnya gitu kan. Kita akan lihat di sini, we can see the table here, the chart ya, hyponymy ya. For example, this is color. Color is the superordinate, and for the cohyponymies are blue, green, yellow, and purple. This very easy to understand, yeah, and it's about hyponymy. Next is prototype. Yeah, the prototype of any category is the member or set of member of a category that best represent the category as a whole. A prototype is a cognitive reference point. Yeah, example, the proto-image of all representative of the meaning of words or of a category. Thus, a robin or a sparrow can be regarded as a prototype or a good example, highlighted, good example of category bird. Yeah, whereas a penguin or an ostrich is a rather bad example of this category. So prototype itu mungkin simpelnya itu kalau kita mengatakan misalkan bird, ya, bird berarti langsung teringat dalam pikir kita itu adalah burung gagak, burung gereja gitu kan, burung gereja itu kan bird, burung gereja, atau we can call here sparrow ya, sparrow burung gereja itu bagian dari bird ya, maksudnya jenis dari burung gitu kan. Nah yang si sparrow-nya ini adalah prototype-nya gitu kan. Nah padahal kan banyak yang lain itu yang memang jenis-jenis burung seperti misalkan penguin atau juga burung unta, tetapi yang betul-betul mensubstitusikan atau menjadikan perwakilan yang menjadi contoh yang paling bagusnya itu adalah burung gereja gitu kan. Atau contoh lain misalnya clothing. Kalau misalkan kita mendengar clothing, berarti yang langsung masuk dalam pikiran kita itu adalah pasti misalkan t-shirt or anything yang memang betul-betul familiar dan memang good example. Padahal apron misalnya, apron itu juga kan bagian dari clothing, tapi dia tidak menjadi good example-nya gitu kan. This is the simple thing about prototype. Yeah. Next, idiom. Sorry, not idiom, but idiom. Yeah, idiom. An idiom is a group of words in which the meaning cannot be explained in terms of the habitual meanings of the words that make up the piece of language. Yeah, this is the answer. Yeah, the answer of the previous meeting, the last meeting. Yeah, and also in idiom, there are several forms. Yeah, for example, prepositional phrase, and then verb plus noun phrase, and then verb plus adverb, and then verb plus preposition, and etc. This many form of idiom. Yeah, for example, here we can see, yeah, the form of verb and noun phrase. Spill the beans. Yeah, spill the beans means reveal the secret. And the form of this idiom is verb plus noun phrase. Yeah. So the second example is put down. Yeah, put down is from form verb plus adverb, and it means kill. Yeah. So you can see in a web or anything. It's a lot of idiom in internet. Yeah. Next, homophones. When two or more different, yeah, written forms have the same pronunciation, or in spoken, yeah, in spoken, they are described as homophone. For example, bear, bear, made, in spoken, in pronunciation have the same pronunciation, but different in written. But also in homophone, it is different in meaning. Yeah, only same in the pronunciation. We can see here, bear, bear, meat, flour, flour, pale, pale, right, two. So this is the same pronunciation. The highlight here is the same pronunciation. Next is homonyms. Yeah, we use the term homonyms when one form, written or spoken, different with the previous. Yeah, in the previous only written. Yeah, has two or more unrelated meanings. As in this example, we can see in this example, bank, bank. It is same in written, also same in spoken. But the things, yeah, this is unrelated meaning. It's different. The meaning is different. The first bank is of arrival, and the second bank is financial institution. And also, you can see on slide, yeah, the example of bad. Also, it's different meaning, and mall, same, yeah, but different meaning. Pupil, and race, but different meaning. Yeah, this is homonyms. Yeah. Next. Okay, polysemy. Polysemy can be defined as one verb, written or spoken, having multiple meanings that are all related by extension. For example, here, head. Yeah, head as a part of body. Also, head. We can now, head is a person in charge. For example, food. Yeah, food a person, and also it can put up mountain. Yeah, also date point in time or arrange meeting. So this is polysemy. Jadi misalnya kepala, ya, kepala itu bisa dikatakan apa namanya, bagian dari tubuh kita, ya, atau misalkan bisa juga kan kepala cabang atau kepala dan lain sebagainya, ya. That's the example of polysemy. Okay, next, metonymy. Metonymy is a figure of speech in which a thing or concept is not called by its own name, but by the name of something intimately associated with that thing or concept. For example, crown, for the power of a king. Yeah, this is not, we can translate not only the word, but this is, a figure of in which thing or concept is not called by its own, not own name, yeah, but by the name of something intimately associated with that thing or concept. So the White House. The White House is not only rumah, misalkan rumah putih, ya, but referring to the American administration. And also, for example, the Pentagon, yeah, for the Department of Defense and officer of the U.S. Armed Forces. This is the example of metonymy. Next, metaphor. Yeah, a metaphor is a phrase that doesn't carry the literal meaning of the words, but is used to mean something different. For example, my car is lemon. Yeah, works as a metaphor because the term lemon has no secondary meaning, a defective vehicle. So lemon here, not kind of fruit, but this is the lemon term here has a secondary meaning. and the meaning is a defective vehicle. This is a metaphor. Next, the last one is collocation. Yeah, frequently occurring together is known as collocation. Words tend to occur with other words. Some collocation are joint pairs of words such as salt and paper, yeah, or husband and wife. And also this is the example hammer and nail, apa namanya palu dan juga paku, ya, needle and thread, apa namanya jarum dan juga benang, butter and bread, roti dan juga mentega, ya, and salt and pepper. This is something like we can call it maybe, yeah, in slang word couple lah, maybe, but I don't think so. A couple words. Yeah. So this is my material. Thank you very much, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, we can continue, Pak Hardi.
Yes.
Next, whose turn?
Bisa lupa. Oh, Nur Ridwan.
Aduh,
Okay, you can start now.
aduh saya belum, Bu. Bisa minggu depan nggak, Bu?
Pak Hardi, ya.
Minggu depan sudah 3, sudah diplot 3 orang.
Okay, Pak Hardi, we are now in the second, Pak Nur Ridwan.
Yeah. Okay.
For today, how many group, Pak Hardi?
Today only 2 groups, and then next week 3 groups.
Or maybe if
Faisal next group.
Next group.
if Pak Faisal wants, he can make it today because next week will be 3 groups.
Yes.
So Pak Faisal, maybe he can make it today, Pak Hardi.
No, Ibu. Faisal doesn't want to have presentation today. He wants to have his presentation next week.
Next week.
So next week 3 person including Faisal.
Okay.
Yeah, Faisal is included.
Okay, noted.
Okay, I want to presentation talking about phonology. Do you see?
Yes, I see, Mr. Nur Ridwan.
Okay, thank you. Phonology. What is phonology? Phonology is the description of the systems and patterns of speech sound in a language. It is based on a theory of what every speaker of a language unconsciously knows about the sound patterns of that language. Phonology is a linguistic field that observers study sounds and talks about the sound of language. From Kin and Rodman.
Kecil
One
sekali
way
ya, Pak,
to
ya?
understand. Kenapa, Bu? Kecil ya, Bu?
Kurang gede.
Maaf.
Sebentar, saya rotasi dulu ya. Nah, sekarang bagaimana?
Iya.
Maaf.
Oke.
Okay, one way to understand the subject matter of phonology is to contrast it with other fields within linguistics. A very brief explanation is that phonology is the study of sound structure in language, which is different from the study of sentence structures, syntax, word structures, morphology, or how language change over time, historical linguistic. But this insufficient and important features of the structure of a sentence is how it is pronounced. Its sound structure. The pronunciation of a given word is also a fundamental
So,
part of the structure of a word. Uncontrarily, the principles of pronunciation in a language are subject to change over time. So phonology has a relation to numerous domains of linguistics. Next, phonology consists of two parts. First, phonetics, and second, phonemic. Phonology differs from phonetics. Phonetics are about learning how the phoneme sound of a released or memorized language. Phonetics also study how the human organ works, especially those with regards to the use and pronunciation of language. Phonetics, the phonology section, study how the sound of language is produced or how the sound of it is produced by the human speech. Phonemic part that studies speech sounds according to its function as a matter of differing meanings. What is the difference between phonology and phonetics? Phonology is concerned with the abstract or mental aspect of the sound in language rather than with the actual physical articulation of speech sounds. In phonology, we, we concentrate on the distinct, meaningful sounds rather than which individual vocal thrust is being used to pronounce them. Phonetics. Phoneme Phoneme are the abstract unit, sound, chip, and the meaning linguistic sounds in a language. For example, the sound tip, T, Q, F, and B in tar, car, far, and bar. The sound tip, T, is a phoneme, a sound tip, of which all the different spoken versions of T in tar, star, waiter, and eggs are tokens. Note that slash marks are used to indicate upon me as in T as opposite to the square brackets in T used for each phonetic or physically produced segments.
Bacanya ini sekali, Pak.
Iya Bu,
oh, oh,
phoneme system. Phonology is not only about phonemes and allophones. Phonology also concerns itself with the principles governing governing the phoneme systems. That is, with what sounds language like to have, which sets of sound are most common, and why, and which are rare, and also why. It
oh,
turned out that there are prototype-based explanation for why the phoneme system of the language of the world have the sounds that they do, with physiological, acoustic, perceptual explanation for the preference for some sounds over others. Is the meaning distinguishing sounds in a language is described as a phoneme slash marks
okay.
are used to indicate a phoneme. An essential property of a phoneme is that it functions
Function.
contrastively. Example, the two phonemes phi and phi
F
are
and
the
P
only
F.
basis. Gimana?
Terus aja, terus Pak.
Iya, iya. Are the only basis of the contrast is in meaning between the word fat and fat. or find in vain. The contrastive property rational test for determining the phonemes that exist in a language. If we substitute one sound for another in a word and there is a change of meaning, then the two words represent different phonemes. Minimal pitch and sets when two words such as pet and bad are identical in form concept for a contrast in one phoneme occurring in the same position. The two words are described as a minimal pair. Example for English minimal pairs are fun, bed but, side. When a group of words can be differentiated, each one from the others, by changing one phoneme, always in the same position in the word, then we have a minimal set. For example, one minimal set based on the vowel phonemes of English could be felt, fit, fed, fat, food. Another minimal set based on consonant phonemes could have big, pig, ring, rig, fig, dig, wig. Syllables. A syllable must contain a vowel or like sound. The most common type of syllable in language also has a consonant C before the vowel V, and the typical represented as GV. The basic elements of the syllable are the onset, one or more consonant followed by the rate. The rate consists of a vowel which is treated as the musculus, thus any following consonant is described as the coda. Syllables like me or not have an onset and recluse, but code they are now as open syllable. When a coda is present is in the syllables up, cup, at, or hat, they are called closed syllable. The basic structure of the kind of syllable found in English words like green, CCVC, eggs, VCC, and VCC, home, GVC, IV, do, GV, not GVG, like GVG, them, GVG, Sam, GVG, and VG. Consonant clusters. Both the onset and the coda can consist of more than one consonant, also known as a consonant cluster. The combination is a consonant cluster CC used as onset in the word stop and as coda in the word pause. There are many CC onset combinations. Permit in English phonotactic as in black, breed, trick, twin, flat, and throw. Conclusion: phonology is to discover the principles that govern the way sounds are organized in language and to explain the variation that occur, begin by analyzing an individual language to determine which sound units are used and which patterns They form the language sound system. Okay, thank you to the my presentation.
Okay, that's all for today. Only two group, ya, Pak Hardi.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if you have any question or something to discuss, please go ahead to the first or the second group. Uh, just a little noticing. Try to read in correct English and try to train your pronunciation for all of you, as well as to Pak Jajang, Pak Nuriwan. Okay. So, do you have any question or something to discuss, Pak Hardi or Bu Dewi?
Is this clear, Bu? According to me.
Okay, is it clear? Because we talk about semantic as well
Yeah.
as phonology, I think it's quite clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the next week, what will the subject, Pak Hardi?
The subject, morphology, and then the semiotic. The others is apa ya satunya saya lupa.
Structuralism. Structuralism.
Structuralism.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
structuralism,
don't know.
morphology, and semiotic.
Okay. I wish I knew about the subject, so better if we make about structuralism and semiotic today, and then the other three the last season. But it's okay. So for about the phonetic and semantic, do you have any question or is quite clear? I hope. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's, we need only to read more the PPT
Yeah.
result. Yeah,
That's what I want to ask to you. Why I ask you to read the book and then make a paper and then do your presentation using PowerPoint, because if it's not, you never read any books, I think, especially in advanced linguistic. So in every class I always say that as a student of postgraduate, you have to read in original book, of course in English, not in Bahasa. Even for phonology or for morphology, try to read in English, not in Bahasa. And then try to memorize or try to understand. And then you have to write it down, your understanding in English. And then you have to summarize all of your reading and you make in PowerPoint. Okay, and then while explaining you have to use your good pronunciation, of course. Okay, so I want you to, even I think in every session, in every material, in every course of your based on your curriculum, you have to read. Okay, that's the important one, reading. Okay, so I have you read again, and while in a final exam, try to read and then try to write with your own words. Jangan dibuatin orang juga ya, karena saya tahu persis bahasa Anda bagaimana. Kalau di UAS tiba-tiba bahasa Anda bagus sekali dan terakhirnya Anda mungkin terlupa menggunakan bahasa Anda, kelihatan sekali jomplang sekali ininya. Okay, try to use your own language, try to read, try to understand about the material. Okay, so if there is no other question, I think it's enough for today, and we continue inshallah next week with two group. Try to read first try to share before the presentation. Okay, for the groups. Thank you, Pak Muhammad Rifki. Thank you, Pak Nuridwan. Thank you, Pak Jajang, for all the presentation. And thank you for all of you. I see you inshallah next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.